So what's up? We have Bryce Young right here. Bryce, you guys have had a very exciting offseason. And, for you personally, I saw that you were very influential in the draft pick decision that we made. What was the thought going into that? And, how familiar were you already with TMAC?
Yeah, I was super grateful just to, just the organization. Obviously, they're the guys that do all the due diligence. Everyone up there, Dan and the entire front office, they do all the work. But just for them to at least hear me out, they're just asking for the people that I have been around, and obviously T-Mac being one of them. But I like you said, I'm grateful for the organization just for hearing me. And yeah, I have been around T-Mac since we played each other in high school. Grew up not far from each other, so I had been around him a lot. So because of that, always been a fan of his game. Always kind of kept tracking him in college just as a fan. And I was super excited that he was available, he was around, we were able to pick and select, and I'm super excited he's a Panther now.
That's awesome. What are some of the things that you feel like separates T-Mac from some of the other receivers that were in the draft and some of the other receivers that you've had the opportunity to work with so far?
Yeah, I mean, just being able to watch him, even before the draft process, and then now definitely watching it on film and being able to throw, just how smooth he is, especially at his size. Understands the game, is extremely competitive, and also is a really good communicator. A guy that wants to have conversations. Wants to learn, wants to grow. Is always asking the older guys here, asking Adam, asking some of the guys that have been here, and asking me for stuff about things that I like, how he sees things, just us want to get on the same page. So now him being here, just him being a pro, even this early on, that's one of the many things that stands out.
Well, that's awesome. So, Bryce, I want to go back and talk about last season a little bit. You guys had an up and down kind of journey, right, as the season went on. And you in particular, we all know the way the season went with you being benched partially part of that season and then responding the way that you did. So a lot of times when young quarterbacks in particular face that kind of adversity, they don't respond well. What about you allowed you to take that moment, reset, and come back and play phenomenal football the way that you did?
Yeah, just always trusting in God. Ultimately, He's the author of my life and my journey. So whatever it is, I always want to make sure I'm constructive, make sure I'm doing my part. Not always gonna be able to control my circumstances or what's going on, but I didn't want to let anything dictate or define me and what I did. I want to make sure and challenge myself to be consistent, regardless of what my position was, what my role was, and that was something that I definitely was proud of myself for during the time that I wasn't playing. And I was super grateful for my teammates and everyone coming back when I did come back, and everyone kind of just rallying us, trying to build. And now for myself, for the team, we know that we're capable of it. We know what it looks like. So now we have to make sure that we make that the standard.
That's awesome. So one of the things that I saw this offseason was you being very diligent about giving back to the community. You really investing in the youth and giving back to kids. What made you want to do that?
Yeah, I'm honestly, it comes from a place of gratitude. I'm super grateful for the Carolinas for just embracing me. This is ever since I've been here, this has become home. And for myself, my entire family, everyone's embraced us, and that means so much to me. And I want to do all that I can to be out in the community, give back. It's something that I enjoy doing. Again, kid that went to Bama originally from the West Coast. There was no need for everyone to embrace me like they have, to treat me as well as they have. I've always felt so much love from the Carolinas, and because of that, I want to do everything I can to give back.
I love that. There's a lot of energy and a lot of buzz around this football team right now. With the offseason moves that we've made, with the way that you finished the season last year, and the kind of production that the offense put up. What are some of your expectations personally, like from a personal standpoint? What are some of your goals, and what are some of your expectations for this football team?
Yeah, just to win. Myself, the team, I'm grateful, especially personally. I'm grateful to play a position where the team goals are my goals. Winning, how quarterbacks are judged is by winning games. So there's no personal stat, there's no personal accolade. If we win, all the goals of the team, personal goals for me, all of that goes with that. So, you know, we just want to win games, and Coach actually just got done talking about in the meeting. For us, we want to just make sure we're winning each day, but we want to make sure that we're every single day giving our best, and I think that's what's going to set us up the best for Sundays when the season comes. Right now, you know, we can't. We're so far away. It's still not something we could grab, but we can focus on today. We can focus on mini camp now during the off season, making sure that we're in the best spot to come back for training camp. So for us, we're just expecting to compete for ourselves, not look for external motivation, but be the best versions of ourselves.
How different are things for you right now as you get ready and prepare for year 3 than it was coming in as a rookie? Like, how much more comfortable with everything that the NFL are you now?
Yeah, for sure. I think that just having experience is always invaluable. I'm super grateful to be coming back into this situation, especially offensively. A lot of stability, same coaching staff, which has been great. A lot of the same guys on offense, with some new key pieces, of course. But you know, as far as the league goes, there's always gonna be movement. It's a lot of continuity for the league. So because of that, having again those experiences, I definitely feel confident. And a lot of that stems from the building, from the coaching staff, from my teammates, knowing that I can trust in them, lean on them. That confidence comes from there. And for us, it's just making sure that, you know, we know what it takes now. We just have to do what we can to execute.
If you look at the energy that's being brought in, and to me, it's always good during the offseason to give the fans something to be excited about. You know, and I think that without a doubt, the moves that have been made, with the way that you finished the season and the way that you guys play offensively, and now we're shoring up this defense, really and honestly, the sky is the limit for this football team.